Emma carefully pushed aside old boxes and stacks of yellowed newspapers in her grandmother's attic. Dust floated in the air, catching the afternoon light through a small circular window. She wasn't expecting to find anything important, just clutter from years gone by. But then her hand touched a wooden box tucked deep beneath a blanket. It was heavy, and when she opened it, a faint scent of age and time escaped. Inside, Emma discovered letters tied neatly with ribbon, postcards, and at the very bottom, a black and white photograph. The picture showed a young couple at what looked like a train station. The man stood tall in a soldier's uniform, while the woman clutched his arm with a look of hope mixed with fear. Their faces were unfamiliar, yet there was something hauntingly familiar in the woman's eyes. Flipping the photo over, Emma saw a date written faintly in pencil, 1942. Her grandmother would have been young then. Was this her? Emma's heart raced with questions she couldn't answer, at least, not yet. Emma carried the photo downstairs, her mind buzzing with questions. She found her grandmother, Margaret, sitting in her favorite armchair near the window, knitting with slow, careful hands. "Grandma," Emma said gently, holding out the photograph. "Do you know who this is?" Margaret paused, her needles stilling midair. For a moment, her eyes clouded, and she took the picture with trembling fingers. She studied it as though the years melted away. A tear welled at the corner of her eye. "That was me," Margaret whispered. "And the man beside me was Thomas, your grandfather's older brother." Emma's eyes widened. She had heard about her grandfather, but never about a Thomas. Her grandmother's voice softened as she continued. "Thomas was drafted in 1942. He left on a train that morning, and he never came back. He was reported missing in action. No one ever spoke of him again, it was too painful." Emma sat silently, realizing the photo was more than just a forgotten keepsake. It was a window into a piece of family history hidden in silence for decades. The room grew quiet as Margaret leaned back, still holding the photograph as if afraid it might vanish. Emma waited, knowing there was more her grandmother wanted to say. "Thomas was full of life," Margaret began softly. "He dreamed of becoming a teacher after the war. He had a laugh that could light up a room, and he always carried a small notebook where he wrote poetry. He gave me this photo the morning he left. He told me to keep it safe, and promised he would return for it. But he never did." Margaret's voice faltered, and Emma reached over to squeeze her hand. "Why didn't you ever tell us about him?" Emma asked gently. Her grandmother sighed. "Your grandfather, he lost his brother and couldn't bear the reminders. So I tucked away the box, locked the memories, and tried to move on." Emma felt a shiver. She realized the attic box wasn't just clutter, it was a time capsule. And now, decades later, she had been the one to unlock it.